Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us for this segment, we have Dominique Easley, entrepreneur and mental health advocate. Dominique is also a former defensive tackle for the New England Patriots and LA Rams. He's joining us to discuss mental health and the potential benefits of cannabis, particularly when it comes to safe and effective pain and mental health management. Dominique, clearly an important topic. It's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
You got it. And you're a big proponent of mental health. Why is this cause so important to you? And what has the NFL done to help its players deal with their mental health? And what more should they be doing?
I'm really one of these people that went through a lot of trauma. I was addicted to opioids. I had my story along with one of my partners, Jordan Reed. He had his concussions, and he's a victim at himself. The NFL is recognizing this, and I think they're definitely on the right trajectory on making these changes.
You wrote an op-ed on mental health in Newsweek. Can you discuss what athletes go through when it comes to mental health, whether it's you or we've heard Simone Biles in the news recently, Naomi Osaka? Athletes are speaking more publicly when it comes to mental health.
Yeah, I think it's definitely starting to be recognized. When you come from high school and you go straight to a big name college, you have a lot of pressure on your back now, which normally an 18-year-old don't know how to deal with. So it's a lot of things that we didn't take into account, we didn't recognize, and we didn't talk about. So being that we have like-minded individuals like I said, my partner Jordan Reed and the company that we're building, BPH Legacy Partners, to be able to start these conversations and also add in the cannabis component of helping when it comes to mental health, depression, and physical health as well.
And cannabis in the US is a $61 billion industry. Why do you think that despite its market potential, the federal government has been hesitant to embrace it? What changes do they need to make in order to ensure the industry continues on the trajectory that it's on?
Being that it's a $61 billion industry, there could be a lot of mistakes. So it takes a lot of kinks to be worked out. And I think the government is on the right track to working it out. And I think if they get more of the community involved and have companies that we're trying to build like us have more of a say in what's really going on out there, because we're actually in it, I think that we're going to end up in a good place.
And cannabis is said to have plenty of potential health benefits here. There's still legislation restricting scientific research that can confirm and maximize the plant's potential. Tell us about some of the partners you have sought out and their views on how they can help shape policy to make it easier for cannabis research and development to be undertaken in the U.S.
Yeah, one of my good friends and now business partner, Jordan Reed, we put together a team called BPH Legacy Partners, along with Josh Joseph and another like-minded individual, Michael Mook. Me and Jordan specifically, we have went through our tales of the story of our own story of physical and mental pain. So we're trying to create a different, I guess, stigmatism when you're talking about it, of what cannabis can actually do and how beneficial it is.
And the legal cannabis industry in the U.S. counts for over 320,000 full-time jobs across 37 states, yet Black and other minorities are having trouble entering and profiting in the market. What are some of the issues they face, and how will your consortium look to address diversity, equity, and inclusion in this industry?
Yeah, the stigmatism honestly starts from within, starts from family members, starts from parents. No parent was telling their kid to go out and try to get a cannabis related career, so that wasn't happening. So it started from within. Now we're seeing a change. Now we're seeing kids doing better things with it. So companies like BPH Legacy Partners, we're going to try to go out there and give the opportunities, not only in the educational field, but also in the ownership field, so people can actually see the benefits and see what can come out of it, and not just the health benefits, but more of a lifestyle benefit.
Mm-hmm. And Dominique, we appreciate your openness as it relates to your mental and physical health struggles. If you don't mind me asking, do you use cannabis to help manage your mental health?
Yes, I definitely do. My opioid addiction started back in 2012 when I had my first surgery in college. From then on, had another surgery my senior year. So that's 2 major surgeries within 3 years. Then went to the NFL, had a dog bite. A lot of people don't know about. So I had a lot of depression because I didn't think that I was going to be able to come back the way I was. So cannabis has been a change of life for me ever since I started using it and release myself from the opioid addiction. It has helped me become a better man, a better father, and a better spouse, and a better educator.
Right, right. And how are reviews surrounding cannabis in the NFL different than they were even just 5 years ago? Do you think more needs to be done to change the NFL's policies? Many players see cannabis as a safer alternative to opioids for pain management. I mean, if I had the choice, cannabis versus an opioid, it's pretty clear to me.
Exactly. And we're definitely seeing the changes as they come. You see that they're not punishing the players for using cannabis for a certain amount of time. I think we're going to get to a point where it's going to be legal. It's going to be used in training rooms. It's going to be used in recovery rooms. So I think that we're definitely getting to that point. And I think along with the federalization of it, more research needs to be done to be able to prove these points and to be able to action them as well.
Yeah. All right, Dominique, we appreciate how open you've been and for all the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.